Not too long ago, I read To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. And while I was reading TKAM, I was also playing The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. As I thought about both the book and the video game, I realized that in some ways they relate to each other. To Kill a Mockingbird is realistic fiction about a town in the 1930s. It has themes of prejudice, losing childhood innocence, and how morality connects us all. Breath of the Wild is purely fictional. It's about a tragedy that happened 100 years ago and how Hyrule is recovering from that tragedy. Unless there's a princess with a sealing power that I don't know of, it's purely fictional. The main character loses his memories and has to save his kingdom from a great evil. The main themes of this story is overcoming tragedy, memories, and reputation. These two stories are extremely different, but today I'm going to talk about 3 ways they're connected. Warning, there will be spoilers for both Breath of the Wild and To Kill a Mockingbird. In To Kill a Mockingbird, Jem, who is the main character's older brother, is taught a lesson in bravery and courage. Don't forget the bravery and courage part, because I'll get to that in a moment. When Jem and Scout are walking past Mrs. Dubos's house, their elderly neighbor, Jem gets mad at her because Mrs. Dubos says rude things about his father. Jem tears up Mrs. Dubos's camellia bushes, and as a punishment from Atticus, Jem has to go read to Mrs. Dubos. Later, Scout and Jem found out that Mrs. Dubos had a morphine addiction, and that she was trying to end that addiction before she passed away. Even though it brought her pain and she knew she was going to pass away soon, she was trying to do the right thing. Atticus tells Jem that this is what real courage is. When you do the right thing, even when it's hard. In the book, Atticus specifically tells Jem, "I wanted you to see what real courage is, instead of getting the idea that courage is a man with a gun in his hand. It's when you know you're licked before you begin, but you begin anyway and see it through no matter what." You're probably wondering how this applies to Breath of the Wild. There is one cutscene that I immediately thought of when I heard this line, and that's cutscene number 17.
Link, save yourself! Go! I'll be fine! Don't worry about me! Run! Was that the power?
Link knows that he cannot defeat the Guardian that comes after them. He also knows that he will not survive, but he still tries to protect Zelda even though it's a lost cause. This quote is perfect for this cutscene. Link knows that he's doomed even before he begins, but still sees through it. He does not do it only because it is his duty, but because it is the right thing to do. If you read To Kill a Mockingbird, then you probably know this famous quote from Atticus Finch: "You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb in his skin and walk around in it." While Zelda is trying to unlock her sacred power, Link is appointed as her knight and follows her everywhere. Since Link is always silent, in her diary, Zelda says she believes that he despises her because she is unable to unlock her sealing power. She thinks that he's perfect and has no troubles or burdens of his own. Soon, she becomes annoyed and takes her anger out on him.
thought I made it clear that I'm not in need of an escort. It seems I'm the only one with a mind of my own. I, the person in question, am fine, regardless of the king's orders. Return to the castle and tell that to my father, please. And stop following me!
Even Urbosa, the Gerudo chief and champion, asks Link how things are going between them, because she senses Zelda's resentment. But all of this could have gone differently. If Zelda would have thought to think about what Link feels, maybe she could have seen things in a different way. Now, I know that Zelda was focused on her own troubles, but if she would have thought that maybe, just maybe, Link has troubles too, she would have thought about the situation a little bit differently. Especially when she tells Link to stop following her, and that he could tell the king that Zelda doesn't need a bodyguard. She could have maybe realized that Link is just doing his duty by following Zelda around all the time. While it might seem annoying to her, Link can't just go tell the king that the princess doesn't need a bodyguard anymore, since the king was the one who appointed Link as her royal guard. Later, in Zelda's diary, we learn why Link doesn't talk when she asks him, but that's only after Link saves her from the Yiga clan and they start to talk to each other. All is well, though, because they become friends. At least, until they're separated for a century. Calamity Ganon brings tragedy to Hyrule and destroys both Hyrule Castle and Castletown. In the beginning of Breath of the Wild, the old man tells Link that many lives were lost. Not just the people in Castletown and in the castle, but the king, many of the soldiers, and the champions who controlled the divine beasts lost their lives. Not to mention, Link almost lost his life. Although he survived, he lost his memory and his previous life. Princess Zelda survived, but she sacrificed a century of her life to fight back and seal Calamity Ganon all by herself. Just like Tom Robinson, Boo Radley, and Gem and Scout Finch, all of these people were mockingbirds. Why were they mockingbirds? Well, Miss Maudie, Scout's neighbor, tells Scout that it's a sin to kill a mockingbird because they are innocent and they do nothing but sing. All of these innocent characters' lives in TKAM were changed dramatically for the worse, similar to many of the characters in Breath of the Wild. Except their lives were changed by a great evil. So, in many ways, the characters are similar. Did I overanalyze a book and a video game? Yes, but I enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite video games, and connecting it to a great book was really interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy reading!